everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Hawk Talk. I'm one of your hosts, Hillary Moberg.
And I'm Jacob Marley.
And our guest for this week is Coach Shari Hewson.
Coach Hewson, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at DSU?
Yes, I'm the head volleyball coach at DSU. This is my second year. Before DSU, I was teaching first grade at Jefferson Elementary in Dickinson. And I live here, my family lives here, and I also have a daughter. She's 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, what was your journey like to become the head volleyball coach here?
After Minot State, I was a grad assistant at Minot State, and then after I've been kind of coaching at different high schools ever since. I moved back home to be closer to my family, so when the opportunity came available, I guess it just seemed like the perfect fit and the perfect time.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. And so, like, the volleyball team has had, like, several games this season so far,
Yes.
and how has that been going?
We've been up and down. We started off pretty good, still, like I said, a little up and down. We're still trying to find like our groove on the court and kind of eliminate some of the errors that we're making still. But it's been going good.
Yeah. So what does the preparation look like for the team this season?
Last year we came in and we had 33 people on the team, so we kind of went down to 15 and then kind of added a couple new, so we're kind of still getting in the groove, but my girls have been working really hard. They come in every day, individuals, weights, film, and they're getting there, and it's just getting to know our team and molding as a team and trusting each other a little bit.
And so, you guys have a home game this weekend, right?
Yes.
And so, like, how do you guys kind of prepare to play on your home turf?
So on Mondays, we'll watch our film from the weekend before and kind of decide as a team what we need to do better ourselves. And then Wednesdays, we'll watch the team that we play, those teams we play that weekend, and just kind of pick out, what we can do to prepare us for the matches when we play them. Just certain different things that each hitters do and how we can adjust to them. But the main focus is always like your team and yourselves and just making sure you're ready.
So you mentioned this is your second year as head
Yes.
coach. So in the past year with the team, what have been some of your favorite memories?
There's not like a certain particular thing that stands out. I feel like with the team, I just feel our biggest thing is just getting to know it. I kind of came in with more like a week before season last year, so I feel like just getting to know my players like this past year has been the biggest thing. Like getting to know them personally on and off the court has been probably my favorite part of it.
And as a coach, do you have like any like superstitions or like rituals you do before the game?
No, I don't. I don't really, like a lot of people talk about like having serve first or being on the side that you went on. I don't really believe in anything like that. I haven't. Even when I played, I didn't. So
Yeah.
I don't have anything like that. But I know a lot of my girls do. Some of them have good luck socks that they have to wear or just certain things. But no, I don't really have any of those.
So we like to ask a few fun questions on this show. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you choose and why?
Oh. As long as which this sounds silly because I live in North Dakota, but as long as it's hot and there's no snow, I'm good. Somewhere warm where I can hike or be at the ocean all day, that would be perfect.
And then if you were a crayon, what color would you be?
I would say probably black. I'm more of a neutral,
Black.
so black because it kind of matches with everything.
That's fair, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So DSU softball team and the women's basketball team just played a series against each other.
Yeah.
You may have heard this, yes, where they played each other's sports and then we did a flag football tiebreaker. So if you could choose any sporting team at DSU for your girls to go head to head with in one of these series, who would you pick and why?
I would probably choose the women's basketball team just because those girls, we see them every day. They're always in the gym, but also every game last year, if I could point out some group that was there, they were at every single game cheering as loud as they could. So it's fun to kind of have, and DSU in general, all the teams support each other so much, but those girls definitely stand out because they're always there. So playing against them and having that little rival would be fun. Yeah.
And then, like, more of an important question in my opinion, though, what is like the best piece of advice you could give to someone that is looking to play like college ball?
I would say to never be satisfied with your game. I feel like even my girls now, you can always push to be better and strive to be better. So just putting in the extra time and not getting content with where you are is a big thing. So always pushing yourself to be better, but also making your teammates better is probably my best advice to anyone.
Yeah. So we want to thank you for coming on the show today, and we'll ask you our favorite question kind of to end the interview. What does DSU mean to you?
Yes, DSU, it's just home, because I feel like our community here at the college is amazing, whether you go out in our community and at the grocery store, but wherever you are, everyone supports everyone. So it's just nice to be a part of something that there's so many different people that are willing to, you know, give a helping hand or be there for your team if you need it, which is awesome.
Awesome. And so the first home games of this weekend will be against Bellevue on Friday at 6 and Dacotah State on Saturday at 12. Be sure to wear DSU blue for the Sea of Blue game on Friday and come cheer on the Blue Hawk volleyball team this season.
Welcome to the 2021-2022 school year at Dickinson State University. The DSU Heritage Foundation is excited to bring the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund to the DSU campus.
The Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund is comprised of your general and sport-specific giving, named scholarships, advertising, sponsorship of athletic programs, endowments, and program greatest needs support. Made possible by you, the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund and the DSU Heritage Foundation will award over $700,000 in athletic support for the 2021-2022 school year.
Donate to the Blue Hawk Scholarship Fund today.
Visit us online at dsuheritagefoundation.org and help support Blue Hawk athletes in the classroom, in competition, and in our community.
Come soar with the Hawks.
Thanks, studio. I'm Abby Clute, and I'm here with a new guest today on Hawk Talk. Would you please introduce yourself?
So I am Mackenzie Hicks. I am the Acting Director of Campus Life and the Campus Activities Coordinator. I am originally from Hettinger, North Dakota, and I'm also a DSU alumni, graduated in 2018 with composite music education, and now I'm back, and I absolutely love it.
So I'm not super familiar with the Campus Activities Coordinator position. Could you please explain what goes into that?
Absolutely. So my biggest role as the Campus Activities Coordinator is to help other clubs and organizations on campus really get out of their comfort zones and promote different campus activities, hence the title that I'm given. This can happen in a variety of ways. You know, but the organization that I'm the advisor of is Campus Activities Board, also called CAB. And we sponsor numerous events from comedians, hypnotists, bingo nights, but we also do some educational programs as well. Alcohol awareness, drug awareness, Title IX, mental health, anything along those boards. And so with those programs, you know, we're really encouraging the student population and also the faculty and staff population to be attending these programs. They're free for all DSU students, faculty, and staff. But then also the other part of my role is to help other clubs and organizations on campus if they're needing help running a meeting, if they're needing just some assistance with university relations and marketing, how can they put on their own programming for students to let them know about their involvement on campus and just some of the things that they do as well.
So we heard that homecoming is coming up in a few weeks here at DSU. Are there activities that the campus and community could both get involved in?
Absolutely. So homecoming starts right off on October 8th, which is a Saturday, with the Buster Color Run. And this is open for DSU students, faculty, staff, and the Dickinson community. DSU Student Senate is actually sponsoring some spots for students to participate in as well. So if you're interested in getting on board with that, make sure you reach out to Coulter Hickok, the treasurer of DSU Student Senate. And then Monday, it's also midterms week this week. So I mean, that has some different things. Before I get to Monday, we actually have Sunday. Student Senate will be sponsoring free axe throwing and pizza over at Fat Fish. So make sure you head on down to there. And then on Monday now, with it being midterms week, we're offering free coffee and donuts to all students, faculty, and staff. And that'll be at 3 different locations. We'll have a location at the Student Center, at Weinbergen, and then at May Hall. Different variety of coffee, donuts, smoothies among those locations, so just make sure you check that out in the morning. On Monday, late morning into the afternoon, we have some pop-up events happening in the Student Center. We'll have a pop-up airbrush tattoo artist coming in, and then a caricature artist coming in. the caricature artist. He'll be doing all of his art on mugs, t-shirts, and hats. Again, free to all students, faculty, and staff. And then that evening will be the DSU Music Department homecoming concert. On Tuesday, we have Tie-Dye Tuesday. Our homecoming t-shirts this year are white, so great opportunity to get those tie-dyed. If you just have a plain white shirt, hat, pillowcase, anything like that, bring it on down. You can tie-dye it as well. And then that later on, we'll have the tailgate for the volleyball game and then the volleyball game. There will be some prizes handed out during the volleyball game, as well as an opportunity for a scholarship provided from the foundation. So make sure you check out that game. Wednesday, we have a magician, Joel Myers, coming back to DSU. He was here actually when I was a student, and we showed him to our homecoming committee. The students seemed to really enjoy him, so now we get to bring him back. So super excited for that. On Thursday, there will be, making sure I'm following all my days now. Thursday, we have the pep rally, and then it will be free bowling at the Paragon. And then Friday, we'll have a movie night down in the Blue Hawk Hub. Saturday will be the big day. We have the parade, the football tailgate, football game, and then there will be a homecoming dance in the Student Center ballroom. So lots of fun, exciting things happening for the DSU community, for the Dickinson community. Lots of good things happening.
So I'm going to follow back on that scholarship you mentioned. So there's also a little rumor that there's a scholarship opportunity associated with homecoming. You want to mention what that's about?
There sure is. So this year for homecoming, we're really encouraging the clubs and orgs to get back involved in homecoming week, the clubs and organizations and the students. So when the students are attending all of the events, there'll be different QR codes at every event that the student just needs to scan in, type in their name, and then say which club or organization that they can represent. And we have plenty of students where they're part of multiple clubs and organizations, so they just need to mark down which club or org they're representing at that time. So it might just be one organization. It might be up to 5. We have some really involved students on campus. We don't want to take away from any of that. They just need to sign in to the club and organization, sign into the event, and then we'll be keeping track of all the attendance that's happening, and the club or organization that receives the most students who are participating and signing in underneath them, they will be receiving a scholarship through the foundation, and then those funds will be used for that club or org for if they want to go on a trip, if they want to do something to celebrate within that organization. Yeah.
That's good to hear, so make sure you watch out for that. This is kind of a off-the-track question. If you could be any colored crayon, which color would you be?
Oh my. I'm gonna say like a magenta. I don't really know why, because I also don't like pink. Maybe it's because I'm wearing the sweater right now. I don't know, but we'll just say a magenta right now.
That's a good color. So going back to DSU-based questions, and the last question, kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
When people think about DSU, they generally tend to think of family. How big of a reunion do we have coming up in a few weeks here at DSU?
It's homecoming. Homecoming is about coming back to your alumni, coming back to the source of it all. So we're going to have previous students from back in the 50s, the 60s, even before then, coming back onto campus, getting to see people, getting to interact with our current students. So it's a pretty big family reunion. But it's not just those alumni who are coming. A lot of times, they're bringing their families, their kids, their grandchildren, and it's just a great way for everybody in the DSU community to get to know each other, communicate, see some of the things that have changed, some of the things that are the same. One of my favorite parts was always we had the alumni fellows come to our classes and they talked to us about some of the things that they were able to do. And it really is one of those, this person, they were able to go, for me as a music major, they were able to go perform at Carnegie Hall. And one of them was Kat Perkins. Don't know if anyone remembers her from being on The Voice, local DSU alum. Her uncle came and was an alumni fellow, and he got to explain and tell us all about him being a music producer. And so it's really cool to just see what all of these DSU alumni people have done and everything that they get to share with current students.
That's a good perspective. The second part is now, what does DSU mean to you now that you're back?
So DSU, it's as cliche as it may sound, DSU truly is family. I joke around with people that I bleed blue and gray. It's for a couple different reasons. One, my high school mascot was a Nighthawk, and so the colors for that were blue, black, white, gray. And then now I become a Blue Hawk, where blue and gray, it runs through my veins in multiple ways. If it wasn't for my connections that I made here as a DSU student, I probably wouldn't have came back as the campus activities coordinator. But I had just such strong roots here where it just really felt like home, and it felt like a place that I could come back to. So it truly is family here, no matter what department, no matter what organization you're within, you always have different people around here.
Well, thank you, Mackenzie, for your time. If you see anything homecoming related and you're confused or you have questions, please stop by the Student Center and give her a holler. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you to Abby and Coulter for that on-campus interview. Now let's get into the recap.
To start off a recap, baseball played a doubleheader in Valley City last Saturday. They split the games, and they played Jamestown this week. And be sure to check out the DSU Blue Hawk athletics page for the score.
For cross country, they had the Shane Griever Invite this past weekend. The women's team got 2nd out of 6 teams, and the men's team got 2nd of 7. So good job to them.
And then for football, the Mayville Comets came here, and DSU triumphed over the Comets, winning 48-14. Shout out to Jaquan Booth for that fumble score, and shout out to the O-line, almost breaking the rushing record, 434 rushing yards. And DSU will be traveling to Dacotah State University this Saturday.
For golf, the golf teams were in Minnesota this weekend. The men's team got 6th out of 8 teams, and the women's team got 5th out of 9.
And softball will be traveling to play Dawson Community College next weekend on October 8th.
For volleyball, we just interviewed head coach Shari Hewson this week. They are looking forward to their first home games of the season this weekend against Bellevue on Friday at 6 o'clock p.m. and Dacotah State University on Saturday at 12. So be sure to come show support for the volleyball girls and wear your best DSU blue for the Sea of Blue game on Friday.
And for rodeo, the only home rodeo this year is going to be happening Friday and Saturday, so be sure to show up on the rodeo grounds for support. And if you do show up, you also get a free t-shirt.
Yes, for DSU students only. And then for Fine and Performing Arts, there was a jazz band concert this week. They played wonderfully. The next concert will be during homecoming week and will feature DSU choir, band, and jazz band.
And finally, just want to say thank you to all our sponsors for keeping us going, and thank you to everyone watching.
Be sure to check out our social media accounts on Instagram at DSU Foundation, on Twitter at DSU Heritage, and check out at DSU Hawks Are Up, which is the DSU Student Senate page, which features a faculty and staff appreciation video that we did for the football game this past weekend. With that, Hawks are up.